Hi guys, this is DoomJedi again. My third attempt to record this video. This damn YouTube keeps giving me problems. So let's start. As there are two things I want to talk about today. One is general modding tips for modders, if you care to listen to my tips, and the second one is what I like about our current development of mods as a team, as a modding team, Team RayCast. So let's start. Before I will talk about general modding tips, I want to say I don't try to present myself as a modding guru who now learned everything there is to learn about modding and now try to share with you his final conclusions on the matter. I mean, if you stop evolving as a modder, then you stop being a modder. So it's a never evolving process. I did a lot of mistakes in the past. I learned or tried to learn from them, and I got some conclusion. I still do a lot of mistakes, and we as a modding team still do a lot of mistakes and try to learn from them. And I hope you will like our next mods more than our previous mods, but that's only hope. But I have some experience and some conclusions, and I will try to share them with you. So first, uh, start from a plot. A plot should come first, and I know that most Wolfers doesn't really read the plot and or care about it much. I know that it's not about the player. It's about the modder and creating experience for the player, not exactly reading the plot, but experience the mod in a better way. So the story come first to drive you as a modder to really see where you're going with the mod, because the level list come from the plot. The coding features required, they are naturally flow from the plot you try to do. It doesn't have to be the detailed or something, but it has to be a plot. The mapping comes from the plot, the mapping ideas, and all sort of things. The whole modding process, you need a plot to really know right from wrong, and have some point of reference to compare to. Second thing is coding features. You should do the main coding features first before the mapping, because a lot of times the mapping is driven around coding features, and they actually drive the mapping. And otherwise, you need a lot of remapping later, and it's quite frustrating for the mappers. So do coding features first. Next things we do as a team, we make a level list, detailed level list with level numbers. With we show which we define which boss is from at which level, what kind of attack he has, what enemy is introduced in what level, what weapon, what feature is team is introduced in what level. The atmosphere, if your mod has such thing, the atmosphere day, night, and some general description about your vision for that map. So especially if you have more than one mapper, then it's very important to think the work like that. So the next thing is know where to stop. Really, it's as simple as that. For me, I now really like repeat this motto I have about the subject. Just remember this: perfect mods never get released, and mods that do get released are never perfect. So just remember this line. It's really important, I think. Now this is what I wanted to talk about that. Now I want to talk about what I like about about our modding process as a team, as evolving modding team. And actually, I did I did forget one tip, and it's from Ron Wolf. as full credit for it goes to Ron Wolf, and it's I'm just expressing it, but Ron Wolf was the one to come up with it. Uh, a lot of mods just throws those coding features randomly in a mod, just let's just mix them and do a lot of things with coding features. But as we came to the conclusion that a much better idea is to take a coding feature and make a map around it, driven by that coding feature, showcasing that coding feature to the maximum. In the best way possible. It doesn't have to be the only coding feature shown there, but you can have some different coding features and some different level each to showcase a different coding features, and you make a unique map that do the best with the coding feature you have. As it's not the more you use the coding features, the better, because if you lose some cool coding feature too much, it just shows, it just loses its value, its effect. It's not the more the better. You really need to make different levels to showcase different coding features and to really make the map to be driven from them. And again, this is a tip from Ron Wolf to you. I'm just pipe, a tube in a way, a YouTube, so to speak. And another thing, now I want to talk about what I like in our development of mods. And the first thing I want to talk to you is about interactivity of mods. As the original Wolf3D is a pretty dead, spiritless environment. Like beside enemies and bosses and nothing actually reacts to you. It's like you are not even there. It's a very like non-interactive environment, and in mods I think it's very interesting to make a very like interactive environment. It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be all about like only distraction. There's a lot of ways of interactivity. I really like. You could see a lot of interactivity in Azefan's Origins. Much less so in Batman vs. Bane, but still. Because it was a fast mod, but still it has some. And I really like the level of interactivity of our next mods. And I really like that this is like a live environment. The mod is alive. It reacts to you. It's like you feel like you're really existing there, not just a ghost that nobody can react to. What I like is another thing is replay value. Now I was talking about it, and it's no replay value is not just there are a lot of ways to achieve it, and I can talk about replay value of our not yet released mods because you will have to tell if they have it or not. We do try to achieve replay value. But I want to focus today about one aspect of replay value. This is just one aspect, but I really like it. It's a little bit randomization, not to make the mod totally unpredictable and whatever, because you just lose yourself in there and nobody will play it. But it's very simple to add some simple randomization to something, so the mod will be fresh each time you play it and react to you a bit differently each time you play it, to still keep the surprise factor, to still keep the mod interesting to replace. Very simple function, random function like coding buys. And I think it's underused in mods for a reason I can't really understand. Some mods are too predictable and they lose the replay value because of that. Now, what I like about our mods is that we try now, and I don't talk about all the mods in our development, we develop a few mods, and some things refer more to one mod and less to other, but in general, I like the concept that we try, I think, to go now is to make boutique mods. Boutique mods, it's my term, I invented it of a sort, so I'll try to explain. It's a mod, it can be advanced coding-wise, but as coding difference is in different things. The changes are not just general. The coding changes are not just general features that are featured in most modes. And just in your face, just very like you notice them right away, the coding features, and they just in your face, like in most modes. Uh, more delicate, more subtle, but even more important, they are not coding features usually used in Wolf3D modes that are more original, and they are specifically designed for specific mode, even for specific area or specific level. And sometimes you can do a lot of work just for small area, for small thing, but it's it really shows details and like coding detail and such in a way that it's the mod is still is advanced, but it's like more of an art. It's where modding becomes actually art when you don't just show all your guns right away. It's like putting here and there and selecting specifically something for certain effect, for certain area, for this mod. And I think this is cool. You'll have to judge, next mods. And again, not on all our mods. We are evolving, so this is an evolving idea. So some mods show it more, and some mods show it less. Not all our mods in development are boutique mods, but I really like this concept, and I think that we all seem to like it. So yeah, this is. I think this is enough for this time. I'm worried that YouTube will give me again problems. So see you next time.